Hello viewers, greetings to you all out there and thank for making the right choice. It's official, healthy by nature. Hey everyone and welcome back to channel. Today we're diving into something that's been a game changer in my wellness journey, growing medicinal herbs right at home. Now before we get started, I want to mention that this video is for educational purposes only. Always consult with healthcare professionals before using herbs medicinally, especially if you're on medications or have health conditions. Said, growing your own medicinal herbs is incredibly rewarding. Not only do you save money, but you also know exactly how your plants were grown. No pesticides, no mystery chemicals, just pure natural goodness. Today I'm sharing my top 5 medicinal herbs that are perfect for beginners. These are herbs that practically grow themselves, have multiple uses, and can thrive in containers or small garden spaces. So whether you're living in an apartment with just a sunny windowsill or you have a backyard, you can grow these incredible healing plants. Let's jump right in. Herb 1, lavender. First up is lavender, and honestly, this might be the most versatile herb on our list. Lavender has been used for centuries to promote relaxation, reduce anxiety, and improve sleep quality. The scent alone can help calm your nervous system. Growing conditions. Lavender is surprisingly easy to grow. It loves full sun. We're talking at least 6 hours of direct sunlight daily. The key to happy lavender is well-draining soil. These plants absolutely hate wet feet, so if you're growing in containers, make sure you have drainage holes and consider adding some perlite to your potting mix. I recommend starting with English lavender varieties like Munstead or Hidcote. They're the most cold-hardy and have the best medicinal properties. Planting tips. Plant lavender in spring after the last frost. Space them about 12-18 inches apart because they'll spread out. If you're in a colder climate, containers are perfect because you can bring them indoors during harsh winters. Harvesting and uses. You can harvest lavender when about half the flowers on the stem have opened, usually mid to late summer. Cut the stems in the morning after the dew has dried, but before the heat of the day. For medicinal use, you can dry the flowers and make tea, create lavender oil infusions, or even make simple lavender sachets for your pillow to improve sleep. I personally love making lavender honey. Just infuse dried lavender buds in raw honey for a few weeks, strain it out, and you have a delicious calming sweetener. Herb 2, chamomile. Next up is chamomile, nature's gentle sedative. This daisy-like flower is famous for its calming properties and is probably one of the most well-known herbal teas in the world. There are 2 main types. German chamomile, it's an annual, which means you'll need to replant it each year. But it often self-seeds, so you might find baby chamomile plants popping up on their own. Growing conditions. Chamomile is incredibly forgiving. It actually prefers cooler weather and can tolerate partial shade, though it does best in full sun. It's not picky about soil. Average garden soil works perfectly fine. In fact, too rich soil can make the plants produce more leaves and fewer flowers. Planting. You can direct sow chamomile seeds in early spring or fall. The seeds are tiny, so just scatter them on the surface and barely cover them. They need light to germinate. Keep the soil moist until they establish, which usually takes about 7-14 days. Harvesting. This is where chamomile gets exciting. You can start harvesting flowers just 6-8 weeks after planting. Pick the flowers when they're fully open, ideally in the morning. The best part? The more you harvest, the more flowers the plant produces. Medicinal uses. Chamomile tea is incredible for digestive issues, anxiety, and insomnia. You can also make a chamomile compress for skin irritations or add strong chamomile tea to your bath for a relaxing soak. I always keep dried chamomile flowers on hand. They store beautifully in airtight containers for up to a year. 3. Peppermint. Now let's talk about peppermint, the herb that's basically nature's cooling system. This member of the mint family is fantastic for digestive issues, headaches, and respiratory problems. Here's the thing about peppermint. It's aggressive. And I mean really aggressive. It spreads through underground runners called rhizomes, and if you plant it directly in your garden, it will take over. Trust me, I learnt this the hard way. The solution? Always grow peppermint in containers, even if you want it in your garden. You can sink the container into the ground, but make sure the rim is above soil level to prevent the runners from escaping. Growing conditions. Peppermint loves partial shade to full sun and prefers consistently moist soil. It's one of the few herbs that actually likes more water. If you're growing it in a container, make sure it's at least 12 inches deep and wide. Propagation. The easiest way to get peppermint is from cuttings or divisions. You can often find someone willing to share because, again, this stuff spreads like crazy. Root cuttings in water and they'll be ready to plant in about a week. Harvesting. You can harvest peppermint leaves throughout the growing season. For the best flavour and medicinal properties, harvest just before the plant flowers. Cut stems about 1/3 of the way down the plant to encourage new growth. Medicinal uses. Fresh peppermint tea is amazing for nausea, indigestion and IBS symptoms. The menthol in peppermint acts as a natural muscle relaxant for your digestive tract. You can also inhale steam from peppermint tea to help clear sinuses and respiratory congestion. For headaches, try rubbing fresh peppermint leaves on your temples. The cooling sensation can provide real relief. Just be careful around your eyes. Herb 4, Echinacea. Number 4 is Echinacea, also known as purple coneflower. This beautiful perennial isn't just gorgeous in the garden, it's also one of the most studied herbs for immune system support. Growing conditions. Echinacea is a native North American prairie plant, which means it's incredibly hardy and drought-tolerant once established. It loves full sun and well-draining soil, but it's not picky about soil quality. In fact, it often performs better in average soil than in rich, fertilized soil. Planting. You can start Echinacea from seed, but it requires cold stratification. Basically, the seeds need a period of cold to germinate. The easier route is to buy plants from a nursery. Plant them in spring, spacing them about 18 inches apart. Here's the cool part. Echinacea is a perennial, meaning it comes back year after year, and it gets better with age. Mature plants can produce dozens of flowers and will self-seed if you let some flowers go to seed. Varieties. For medicinal use, stick with Echinacea purpurea, Echinacea angustifolia, or Echinacea pallida. While there are many fancy hybrid varieties with different coloured flowers, these 3 species have the most research backing their medicinal properties. Harvesting. You can harvest both the flowers and roots of Echinacea. For flowers, harvest when they're fully open. For roots, wait until the plant is at least 3 years old and harvest in fall, when the plant's energy has moved back into the roots. Medicinal uses. Echinacea is most famous for immune system support. You can make tea from the flowers, create tinctures from the roots, or dry the aerial parts for later use. Many people take Echinacea at the first sign of a cold or during times when they need extra immune support. Herb 5, Calendula. Last but definitely not least is calendula, also called pot marigold. Don't confuse this with regular marigolds. Calendula is completely different. Montage of all 5 herbs. So there you have it. 5 incredible medicinal herbs that you can easily grow at home. Lavender for relaxation, chamomile for gentle healing, peppermint for digestive support, Echinacea for immune health, and calendula for skin care. Here are my final tips for success. Start small, pick 1 or 2 herbs that excite you most, and master those before expanding. Keep good records, note when you plant, when you harvest, and how you use each herb. This helps you improve each season. Proper drying and storage are crucial for maintaining medicinal properties. Dry herbs completely and store in airtight containers away from light and heat. And remember, always research proper dosages and potential interactions. These herbs are generally safe, but natural doesn't always mean harmless for everyone. Growing your own medicine is incredibly empowering, and these 5 herbs will give you a solid foundation for a medicinal garden that provides for your family's wellness needs. If you found this helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more gardening and wellness content. What herbs are you most excited to grow? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.